Welcome to Transmissions, where we talk all Hasbro, Takara, and third-party Transformers. On this episode, we discuss a bunch of new items coming up for pre-order and a deep dive into last week's live stream. Today is Wednesday, April 12th, 2023, and this is episode 533 of Transmissions.
Welcome to Transmissions, the podcast that was acquitted on all charges of paying off a porn star just in time to rack up a few more charges. I'm your host, Jeremy, aka Yakko, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team, Daryl, Cybertronian Beast.
It's just me.
Just you. Charles heard you were coming back, and he's like, I can't deal with Daryl right now.
I'm out of here. Hey, I got you to say porn star. Let's talk Transformers.
All right, yeah, send all complaints to Daryl. Anyway, we start off the show like we do every week, thanking our Donatreons, who are the wonderful people who donate money to help keep this podcast running. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And if you would like to support us, you can go to transmissionspodcast.com/support. You get great benefits, such as early access to some of our shows. You get some exclusive shows. And since Charles didn't prep the doc, I have no details on the upcoming Empire of Rust, but we will go ahead and just plug that. Empire of Rust, every other week, Donatreons get a fully kind of raw audio version with just everything that would make the cutting room floor in the published episode. You get to listen to it. And then on the opposite weeks, the actual free feed at transmissionspodcast.com/rust has the edited down versions of those episodes. So they are nearing, I believe it's 100. If I remember
it's
from
true.
Last week.
Yes, that's right.
So check it out. And, I think Empire of Rust might be as popular or more popular than our main shows from what I'm kind of hearing when I see it on social media and see it in our Discord. Lots of people talking about it. But something else that people love are We Like Big Bots, which is a Donatreon exclusive show. You can get to it on our Patreon page, or if you're in our Discord, you can have links to that. But these are shows where Daryl and Dr. Pants go in depth about a particular big bot for that episode. And we have 10 available right now, and then more should be coming soon.
Hopefully. Just waiting on Dr. Pants.
Cool. So check those out if you haven't, and look forward to more. Maybe put in our Discord that you want more. Make sure that the need is there.
And let us know which big bot you're looking to talk about, because we are taking suggestions, and we do have a list of our own that's going on right now, but we're always looking for suggestions.
Yeah, maybe hopefully not by the time you guys start. Hopefully you guys will have already restarted by the time this is out. But we're going to be talking about a pretty big bot later in the show. That's I'm kind of excited about. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into our toy topics with some quick hits. And I'm going to start off with the Capsule 3 laser projector from Nebula. And this is a special Transformers edition of this projector. This is a small 2.1 pounds or 950 grams little projector. It also can be a Bluetooth speaker. So if you picture the Bluetooth speaker size, that's about how big it is. But it can play videos for 2.5 hours. It is 1080p, and it's got a laser projector in it, 300 ANSI lumens. And it has Android TV built in, but I believe it also has an HDMI port on it. So if you are willing to spend $899 on a projector, this is probably the one for you. Very, very expensive. There is a limited discount coupon for $120 off, but I'm not sure when that expires. But I think this thing is really cool. It's just well out of my price range.
These are pretty cool. I've got a friend who's got something similar to this. It's a much older version, and I was pretty jealous when he showed me that he had it. I'd love to have one of these, but not $900.
Right.
Jealous. My first topic this week is a pre-order that's come up for a 2-pack of Rhinox and Scorponok. These are Beast Wars figures that are coming out through Takara Tomy. And you got to imagine that the 2-pack is going to be available through Hasbro as well. So these guys are coming out. And this is the Stubborn Confrontation 2-pack. And I do like the name. It's kind of fun. Yeah, so these guys are coming out. This is the new molds for Legacy that have been produced. So if you're looking for
Legacy, or is that the Kingdom Rhinox?
Well, I think it's Kingdom Rhinox, but Legacy gave us the Scorponok. So
Okay.
yeah, so it's so you've got these new molds for these guys. I know people are kind of still kind of prefer I think it was Thrilling 30. I've got it. Where is mine? Oh, I don't know.
The Thrilling 30 Rhinox was really good.
The Thrilling 30 Rhinox is still, I think, preferred over Kingdom. But hey, this is the new one that's out, and that's the one that's available. So you're getting a 2-pack with these guys. And they look good. And this is a bit of a different paint job, I think, on the Scorponok. I'd have to kind of look at them again, but I believe the Scorponok is painted up differently. So yeah, if you're looking at getting a 2-pack, here you go. And maybe, I'm pretty sure you're going to get one out of Hasbro. So maybe be patient if you want to save a little bit on shipping.
Yeah, it seems to be the type of thing that would show up as a Pulse exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, the Rise of the Beast marketing machine has fired up, and we have a picture here of some airheads that have Rise of the Beast branding with the Maximize Your Slumber promotional campaign. And I just thought this was funny, just because my history bringing Transformers themed food to TFCon. The campaign has, if you buy 2 of the marked products, upload your receipt, you can be entered to a chance to win one of $18,005 movie reward, or you can win a vacation, but then there's like $18,005 movie rewards that will also be awarded throughout the contest. So, check that out.
What about a jet? Can we not win a jet?
No. They're not Pepsi.
I can't believe you picked that for the toy news. Back on to the toys. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. I'm going to have to fix this for everybody here. We're going to talk. We're going to talk about Studio Series Gamer Edition. This is GE-02 Barricade. This is one of those new Studio Series game figures that we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks, and this is Barricade. So this is a figure that did not get a figure the first time around, and this is brand new for the line. And I gotta say, looking at these first in-hand photos that we've got of them, I don't think this is up to the bar that Studio Series has set so far. My eye goes immediately to the feet and the lower legs, and they just look really janky. So, Barricade is a cool character. Everything that he's been that Animated did with the character was really awesome. And the game obviously gave him a whole new characterization. But this is a different figure, and I gotta say, I'm not super thrilled with the look of this figure. But then again, we're only getting one in-hand photo here, so it might be, not done right or something like that. But you be the judge for yourself and take a look. It does appear that one of his arms does come off, and then that can be replaced with a gun. So that's kind of fun, I guess.
That's the gimmick for the line. All of them can have the guns from the game, and in the game they were part of the arm.
Cool. Yeah. But anyway, that's this Barricade from Studio Series. And yeah, if you're into it, you're into it. If you're not, you're not.
All right. Well, those are all our quick hits. And now let's get into some discussion topics.
Okay. So our first discussion topic this week is the live stream that happened on Tuesday. And they gave us a bunch of new things to talk about and a bunch of new characters that they went through. So they started off by going through a bunch of characters that are getting pre-orders and they're already up. So a couple core class figures. Where are you on here? We're going to talk about the two pack. Sure. Let's talk about the 2-pack first, because that is what they showed first. And that is something that we had rumors of. So this is the 2-pack of Ariel and Dion. And we have seen this, rumored, and we've seen some packaging shots of it already. And this is very cool. We've discussed it already a bit. So, it definitely, we expected to see it on Tuesday, and we did. And they talked about it, how it was a remold of the RC and the cup mold from Studio Series. So very cool. Next up, where are we going?
Wherever you go, I'll find it. I'll follow you.
Okay. So we've got core class, Swoop, and Scar. So these are the fourth and fifth members of the core class Volcanicus combiner. And again, they are just the Dinobots that are being produced for this little tiny core class guy. And he looks pretty good. They're core class, they're tiny, they're making some kind of they make it so that there are some things you got to kind of give up because it's core class. I got to say the Swoop looks really, really good looking at it again here for what it is. Having to remember that it is core class is a big thing. Scar is not overly, I don't like it a lot, but again, it's core class. So you got to give a lot of leniency with this thing here. So
he's also from the Monstrosity comic.
Right.
So that was cool.
That's very cool. Yes. And I believe they said that Sludge is the last one that hasn't been produced yet. So it's just by going through and kind of doing, just by looking at the ones that have been released, you can kind of make your own, do the math and see that it's a Sludge that isn't there yet.
And they made that same joke. They were like, we aren't going to hide the fact that Sludge is the only one remaining.
That's right. And since Jeremy has kind of gone to the picture a couple times, we're going to talk about Deluxe Beachcomber. No, that's fine. It's right there. So Deluxe Beachcomber is there. And this guy, I think they've kind of over the last few live streams, they've kind of hinted that a Beachcomber was going to get done, because I think BMAC, is a huge Beachcomber fan. So I think that's one of the reasons why he probably got done. But he looks great. He's coming with his little bird friend from the one of the episodes there. I cannot remember the name. It might have been Golden Lagoon, but
I think it was.
Yeah. He comes with a gun, which I thought was really great. That the gun doubles as the front grill of the alt mode. So you can kind of hide it there and you don't have to worry about losing it. Another thing that they did make mention of is that the tires are made of PVC, and so that they will have this rubber feel to them.
That's awesome.
And that's fantastic. So I'm really eagerly awaiting the opportunity to kind of hold this thing and feel what those tires, feel like. Because if they feel good and they can kind of, give the interpretation of rubber, then I'm going to really be pushing for this kind of material to be put, line wide kind of thing. Like, kind of continue this, because that's something that I feel Transformers has been lacking for a very, very long time.
Mhm.
And that would be something that I'd really like, is this rubbery feel again. So yeah, deluxe beachcomber. These deluxe mini bots that they've been doing, I think, have been a great addition to the line. Mini bots are cool, and they don't need to be tiny little guys anymore. Deluxe class is perfect for them. So
Especially
yeah,
since Luxes have, or all of them have been kind of scaled down.
that's right. All right. Next up, what's in the next in the tray there? I don't know what you got coming up there.
DEFCON.
Okay, cool. DevCon's wicked. And yeah, there have not been many DevCons from before, and DevCon is one of those characters that I think the most recent figure is a BotCon release that I actually got because Charles got it for me. Thanks, Charles. The figure you got me is worthless now. No, I'm kidding. I love it. This one here is, they made mention that it's made off of the Blur mold, and you cannot tell. It's its own thing at this point. There's so much retooling that's been done on it. It looks amazing. So this character is, I believe, only appeared in one episode. So it's called The Gambler, and it was with Smokescreen. And yeah, it's a really great episode, a one-shot episode. And yeah, it's a fantastic character. He's a Autobot bounty hunter, and just an amazing figure this thing looks like. So yeah, I'm totally in for this thing as well.
Yeah, he looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who's next.
Axle grease. So this is the Decepticon Junkion that they made mention of. So this is a repaint of one of the previous ones. I can't remember which one they said. But a repaint of one of the previous Junkions that they said. And they made her a Decepticon. So why not? All the just Junkions are previously their own faction. Junkions are just kind of their own thing. They just tend to be, leaning towards the Autobot side, and they always kind of skew Autobot. But this one skews Decepticon. And so her paint scheme is Decepticon-esque. And it's a great use of the Junkion mold, and another way that you can use those that weaponizer gimmick that they've got going on with the Junkions to kind of break that up and build more awesome stuff with these. So Axle Grease is what this one's called, and
the colors look fantastic.
They do. They're awesome. That head sculpt is really wicked.
I think it was Charles's favorite scrapbook.
Okay, yes.
That she was molded off of. And you can't really even tell that much. I mean, outside of the main part of the body, like the front grille and the pipes on the side.
Yeah.
They did significant remolding on the back or the top of the car.
Yeah, they did. The one that got me super excited. They are re-releasing Dirge. This is what the cone head from the 2-pack that vanished and never ever made it to Canada. So this is one that is going to make a lot of scalpers cry, and I love it. So this guy here is coming out as a single, and you got to imagine that Ramjet is coming out as a single as well eventually. But we're getting a Voyager class Dirge, and there are so many people super happy about this. There's going to be a bunch of them that are upset because they spent $200+ on a 2-pack that is now not $200 worth, but it's just the way it is. So all the people out there like myself who weren't able to get one of these 2-packs are now going to be able to get them for retail, and that's just the way it goes. I'm super happy, and all the scalpers out there that are upset, sorry about your luck.
I'm not sorry. All right.
And the next one on the list here is, I can't remember what they're calling him. It's not Leo. It's Nemesis Leo Prime. Yeah. So it's a Voyager class Nemesis Leo Prime. And this one here, he looks pretty good. It's basically the same mold that Leo Prime is. It's just black, dark gray, gunmetal gray, I think they called it.
Yeah.
So yeah. And it looks really, really good. The mane is a bit of a darker gray than the face for the lion mode, and there's different shades of gray throughout this figure, and there's a little hints of teal all over the place, which give him that Nemesis look. So the eyes are piercing teal, and then the toenails are teal. There's a little bit on the waist, little touches here and there. It's not an overuse of teal, so it definitely it's just used as tiny little highlights, and it really looks very, very good. What do you think, Jeremy? You're a Nemesis guy.
I think this looks really good. I never got a regular version, so this might be the version I get. And I'm a sucker for any kind of black repaints in general, but just the Nemesis, like the black and teal, I love that. So this is high up on my list.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Although the eyes, like we commented before on the original release, the face of the beast mode is just it kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, they based that on the cartoon model, and the cartoon model was cartoony.
Right.
And this is it doesn't lend itself to being an action figure, as well as it should.
I think it's the pupils.
They should have done them in teal.
Right.
All right. Moving on to a bit of a bigger figure here. We're doing leader class Armada Megatron. And this one here it's a big one, and it fits because of a figure that we talked about previously. But yeah, Armada Megatron is a cool tank figure. He looks awesome. He's got a bunch of different articulation and no minicon, but he's a bad mamba jamma, this guy Megatron from Armada, and yeah, he looks wicked. And a perfect companion piece to the Commander class figure that we've talked about previously, Armada Optimus Prime. So that will be coming out as well. I know we've seen boxes for that. And
we're talking about that in a minute.
And then they talked with the designer of that too. So yeah. So you're going to have some Armada level leader figures coming in the next year or so. They'll be out. So yeah, very, very cool. Yeah, this Armada Megatron looks amazing.
Yeah, it does. And I mean, I wasn't the biggest fan of the cartoon, but the toys were pretty good in that era. And I still have my original one back there somewhere, and this just looks fantastic.
It does. Looks really good. Yeah, and like we said, they had a great interview, or not interview, but a
video.
Just a video from the designer. It was
Hasui-san.
Yeah, Shogo Hasui, and he went through all the different modes for the Commander class Armada Optimus Prime, and showed all the different modes from the Bendy Prime regular mode to the alt mode to the super mode, and it just looks like a really fun figure. Tons and tons of play value in this figure.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is what I was kind of hoping for. It seems like the smaller figure has all the posability that you want, but you can still combine it with the trailer and get the super mode.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the best of both worlds. And then we have here side by side the smaller Optimus with Armada Megatron.
Mm-hmm.
So you can kind of see the size difference, but then the super mode towers over.
That's right. And the Hasbro designers made mention that there might be some possibility that Armada Megatron is capable of combining with something else coming out eventually. They didn't name it, specifically, but there's a potential there. Just to,
I thought that they hinted towards some kind of like Minicon gimmick. Like they said,
I think it was there's ports, but I think there's something bigger coming.
Mm. I think, there's the box.
Yeah, the box looks fantastic.
And that this is all the regular stuff that they announced.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then they get into showing off the big one. So they wanted to beat all the leakers, and they did. And this has been the rumor. I mean, we all kind of thought it from seeing the picture. I mean, a lot of people thought it might have been Tarn, but those who knew the comics kind of knew it wasn't Tarn. So they showed off the Ark and thought, well, the Ark is a big the ship, and it transforms into the Autobot, the last Autobot. Well, the Decepticons have a ship too, and it needs to be the last Decepticon. So they transformed, or they showed off their Decepticon Nemesis, and then and it's in very early prototype, bunch of different colors, which I thought was amazing, and then showed off it in its robot mode, and it's a female figure, which is great. So the Nemesis has got a much sleeker form than the Ark. The Ark is very wide in the chest, and then the Nemesis is very sleek in the chest, and very tall pylons on the arms. It's a very cool looking figure, but huge, very big. These are obviously, it's a Titan class figure, so that'll be the Titan class for this year. But a very, very cool looking figure.
Yeah, I mean, and you can see the face mask can go down to make the Decepticon logo.
Mm-hmm.
But that looks kind of odd. One thing I didn't really like about it, I'm trying to find the picture where they show it. Where's that? There. So like a piece of one of the wings can become a gun. And
Mm-hmm.
I just thought that gun is just not very good looking. I mean, everything else about this I think is great. Like if you look on the arm here, there's little miniature seekers that will affix, and like in the ship mode, I think it can flip out to be like they're launching. And there's one that's a Tetrajet and one that's an Earthjet.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was really cool. I mean, much like with, I think the Ark, and I know Unicron had the small little figures for scale, and they did the same thing here. But that gun, it looks, I don't really want to say lazy, but it doesn't look like a very threatening gun to me.
Okay. I was going to say with the second gun that she gets, or no, sorry, the little axe that you're showing right now, that thing is way too small.
That too. Yeah.
I didn't mind the gun. I mean, personally, I don't think I'd use it too much. I liked it more as like a shin pad, but the axe that she gets from the little side wings,
it's like
I found were too small. So yeah, tiny little flag. Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the ship mode looks amazing.
Ship mode is phenomenal. Yeah, lots of detail in that. It looks great.
And I love that it could be vertical, or the bottom wing can go flat, and then you can have it horizontal.
Yeah. What a very cool ship that they've given the fans now.
Yeah. So, and apparently this is going to be one of the features of their streams from now on, is the space bridge stuff, trying to get, like you said, getting ahead of the leakers. I mean, it's never going to be it's a great idea. It's never going to be something that they're going to consistently be ahead of the leakers, but at the very least, it's an effort, which is great. So there's gonna be a studio series, Dark of the Moon Core Class Bumblebee coming up. And then the next one is a Legacy Deluxe Class Brawn. I love that they used, it looks like some of the old Marvel G1 art there.
Yep. Continuing those deluxe class figures. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Studio Series video game War for Cybertron Deluxe Cliff Jumper, which, I mean, I think they already did the Bumblebee. Cliff Jumper is really just a repaint of that.
Yep.
And then there is a Voyager War for Cybertron Megatron. And this one I am so excited about. I have the original one and then the Takara black version.
Mhm.
And this is just such a cool design.
It's very cool.
Yeah. And then there's a Rise of the Beast Target exclusive. Oh, wait, sorry. And then they have a Studio Series Rise of the Beast Voyager Rhinox. And I this should look good. The picture they showed kind of, I'm not the biggest fan of, but their Studio Series Rise of the Beast stuff has been pretty good, I think. And then we have a Rise of the Beast Target exclusive Buzzworthy Bumblebee Voyager Optimus Prime. It's such a long string of words. But surprise, we're getting Rise of the Beast mainline Optimus Prime. But it's Target exclusive in the US. So that is it for the pre-orders, or for the Space Bridge stuff. And one of the things about the More for Cybertron Cliff Jumper, he was a DS exclusive character for the game.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting.
There was a Cliff Jumper that came out previously when they first did the figures, and it's the only game figure that I don't have. That's the one that I haven't been actively chasing it, because I mean, it's just a repaint of Bumblebee, but every time I kind of come across it, it was just more than I've wanted to spend. And it'd be nice to see that they're coming out with more. So hopefully the original ones come down in price. Yeah, I'm happy that they're doing this gaming line, because there's some great characters and some great looking figures there.
All right. And then just briefly on some of the other things we announced, Mark on his Instagram has some behind the scenes stuff on DevCon and on Beachcomber. So if you want to check those out, we'll have links in the show notes.
Mm-hmm. You always want to check out his stuff, just because you know that it'll always be transformed properly.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. All right, you want to go to the other discussion topic?
Sure.
All right. So we have a rumor here. Actually, this is from Hasbro PR teams. So, in late 2023, they, and this doesn't specifically say Transformers, but in many of their brands, they're going to be reintroducing windows and blister packs for a lot of their collectible figures. They specifically call out G.I. Joe, Power Rangers, Star Wars Black Series, and Marvel Legends. But you can only imagine Transformers are probably going to be, maybe not around this first batch, but it's a big complaint in Transformers too. So they're going to be using this BioPet or recycled pet, which is basically a recycled plastic or a bioplastic for the clear windows. And I think this is a great idea. Like I said, it's been a big complaint. How many times have you seen a figure with the head missing because it's an open window, but there's no plastic, no protection, or it's just a closed box, and then you don't actually get to see the figure up close to see if it's something you really want to get. So hopefully they do bring this over to Transformers, because I think that this is, they need to get away from the closed box, except for I think they're still probably going to do it for the really expensive stuff, but what are your thoughts on all this?
I mean, I think it's probably good for the brands that are expensive. I I like the idea of being able to see the figure before you buy it. There are a couple here that I own that are closed boxed, and I've never opened them. I don't know if there's anything wrong with them.
Schrodinger's transformer.
Yep. And so I have to think though that that this probably came about because we've been telling them, the fans have been telling them for a long time that there's just missing heads and stuff like that. People are just stealing them out of the box. But I got to think that probably somebody high up at Hasbro went to a toy store and finally came across one of these things in person and saw it. Like, holy crap, somebody just ripped the head off this thing. Well, why is that happening? Oh, wait, it's our no plastic, no window packaging. Okay, well, maybe we should look at that. Right. So, somebody probably high up probably, finally got wind of this thing and then said, okay, well, let's put a stop to that. I understand the environmental impact of these windows, right? The plastic in there. I recycle. I do as much as I can as one person can do. But I think that if we're going to make any significant difference, then we've got to get major polluters on the the board on recycling and stuff like that. Hasbro is sure they create a lot of stuff, but is the window the problem? Is it their entire product is plastic?
Right.
I'm not advocating for less Transformers. Maybe I am, maybe those giant soap bottle things need to go away. Those are garbage, right? Maybe less of those McDonald's Happy Meal toys that they get played with 2 times and then they're garbage need to go away, right? Let's make less of the shit and more of the quality. I don't know. That's just kind of what I start to think about when it comes to this.
But using recycled plastic in the windows it still lets them feel like they're helping the environment while also continuing to sell products because people can actually see what they're buying. And, how many people have been turned off because they couldn't see the product?
Yeah. Yeah. What about a mesh, right? Like, could you use a mesh of some kind? I don't know. Does it have to be plastic?
Well, that would probably be cloudy, and I don't know. If it's still made out of cardboard, I imagine that would just be broken.
I don't think it'd be cardboard. You could use like a string mesh.
Yeah.
Something that would be biodegradable. I don't know. Just to kind of, spitballing here off the top of my head, but it's one of those things that it's a problem on both sides of it, right? Because you want the window, and then all at the same time you don't want the window because of the environmental impact. Right. I keep all my packaging, so there's no. I don't have any plastic windows going into the landfill anyway, so they're all still here in my house. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is here, but I, for one, will be happy to see the return of the window.
Yeah, me too. So, we'll keep following this when they do announce that's coming to Transformers. But I saw this over the weekend and thought that it would be something great to talk about because it has been such a big area of complaint.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's all the toy news we have. So let's jump into trips to the store.
The Transmissions Podcast will return after these messages.
And Trips to the Store is brought to you by our friends at TeePublic. If you want to get a Transmission shirt or just any kind of pop culture shirt, go to transmissionspodcast.com/shop. And that will take you to our affiliate page on TeePublic. And then anything you buy on TeePublic, we will get a little bit of an affiliate kickback. If you want to, we have some great designs on our shirt or on our store, but I don't think Daryl or I are either wearing. Like,
I'm not.
When Charles is gone, it's just chaos. So,
Yep.
But we have some great stuff, and TeePublic, like there are great designs all over the site. So whether you're into Transformers or any other pop culture franchise, just check them out. And I think last week someone bought a ton of stuff using our link. So whoever you are, we really appreciate it.
One of them was our shirt too.
Yeah, one of our shirts, and then a whole bunch of other stuff. So that's great.
Yep.
So we really appreciate it. All right. We did not talk about this ahead of time, but I figure since you weren't here last week, I should go first.
It's a good bet.
So I got nothing new, but with the news about the Armada stuff, I thought I've shown off my Bendy Primes, but it's been a while since I dug out my Armada Super Mode Prime, which I got the trailer, which didn't have batteries in it, thankfully, but I've put batteries in it, and I think the motor just is not working. So I turn it on and I feel things clicking, but I think this gear is slipping or something in there. It's not doing anything, but it still does make the sounds when I trigger the appropriate thing. But
it's red, huh? Okay.
The colors are so weird. So I don't know I think this might have been not the first release. I can't remember. I can't remember why he's blue and something to do with the show that I dropped off of. But yeah, the base robot, he's okay. He's not nearly as posable, in my opinion. He's got these pieces here in the back that prevent the legs from moving backwards. So, Bendy Prime, which I conveniently have right here. Bendy Prime has pretty full movement of his legs, and this one just cannot go backwards. But his arm cannons are great. He's got this nice big gun. He's got a head and the super remote head in his chest. A fake matrix. So, but I mean, he's fine. Apparently I found another battery thing I need to check because it looks like this might be bulging a little. Oh, there's a thing there. But
yeah, that cab has lights.
Yeah, I just saw that and I forgot about that. So I'll be checking that while you talk. But I figured we were talking about the Armada Prime earlier in the show. So I thought this would be a good thing to dig out and show off.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
All right. How about you?
Well, I got something before I left. I was away last week, but before I left, I got a couple things. One was a package that I had been waiting on for a while. So one I had sent off, or I'd done a favor. Actually, Jeremy had clued me in on this, and then because I was able to help out an artist with something. So Marcelo Mater asked for something on Twitter, and I was able to help him out, thanks to Jeremy, who pointed me to it. So I sent him some stuff, and in that package, I also sent him some comic books that I was hoping to get signed by him, and he obliged. And also, because of the favor that I was performing for him, he agreed to do a sketch cover for me.
Nice.
So it was pretty awesome. So he signed for me my cover of Spotlight Metroplex, one of my favorite covers that he's done. So there's his signature there. One of the coolest covers. I just love the scale of this thing.
I mean, that's
just
early on in IDW and still
very early.
so good.
Yeah. Yeah. Very early. And it's just an awesome cover. I also got him to sign I didn't know what it was called at the time, but it's called a Virgin variant of Ironhide, the miniseries issue number 1. So here he is signed here, right beside Casey Collar, who drew the interiors, and I think he wrote it too, didn't he? Did he write this? I can't remember who wrote this. Anyway, Casey definitely did the interiors, but this is the Virgin variant of the of issue 1. But the sketch cover that he did for me, because I do like to have these Transformers guys draw something different. So I sent him a, I'm going to have to take this out because he double-sided it for me. So I sent him, I gave him the choice. I said, well, what do you want to do? Because I've got a billion sketch covers. So he said that, well, I'll do a Spider-Man for you. And so,
you'll never turn down a Spider-Man.
I wouldn't. So he drew this amazing Spider-Man cover for me, but put Venom on it. And so Venom's on here, and it's a pretty awesome Venom cover. But he then showed me that he did a double side on it and put Spider-Man getting his ass beat on the back side of it. So it looks amazing. And so thank you very much to Marcelo Mater for doing this for me. And thanks to Jeremy for pointing out the favor that I was able to help him with.
Like I should get a commission.
But yeah, so that's very cool. I very much appreciate it. And Marcel is just if you don't know who Marcelo Mater is, he does like incredible amounts of Transformers packaging. So if you're holding a Transformers package, there's a very good chance that he did the art on it. So
I wish that they could find some way of crediting the artist.
It's tough. I mean,
they do during the streams, but
yeah. Very few of the toy companies have ever credited the artists.
Right.
Before I left, I did pick up a pre-order, and so I picked it up, and I had it sitting here for the whole time that I was away. And this is Legacy Evolution Crash Bar. So this is the one of the new Junkions, and it is a motorcycle that is not Junk Heap or Wreck-Gar. So this is Crash Bar.
And he has his head.
And he has a head. That's right. So he's another one of those ones that just kind of break apart and do a whole bunch of weaponizer gimmicky stuff. But yeah, he looks pretty awesome. Yeah.
It's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very neat. And while I was down in Las Vegas, I visited a bunch of toy stores. They were called Rogue Toys. There's like 3 of them there. And I sent a picture to our Discord channel and of showing all the toy cabinets that were there in this one particular shop, and said, you guys see anything that's any good? I'm going to get something from here. Or I did buy something from here. What do you think I bought? And one of you got it right. So I didn't mention it in the Discord, but it is Dice got it right. And Dice mentioned or saw that in this toy cabinet at Rogue Toys, there was a Universe Whirl.
Oh, nice.
And I bought that. It was a very good price. It's missing its missiles and the 2 mini cons, which I could give 2 shits about. But it is based off of the Euro G1. What is he called? Rotostorm? No, I can't remember what he's based off of. I have it. I remember what he's based off of. But yeah, whatever. He's a helicopter guy.
The 90s camouflage that will surely help him blend in.
Yes, very much so. Damn it. Now I can't remember what he's based on. Excuse me. That's what happens when you get older, folks. Let's see. Helicopters. Blue helicopters. My goodness.
Universe Swirl is redeco of G1 Rotor Storm.
Rotor Storm, I was right. There you go. Okay, cool. So I just questioned myself. That's okay. So yeah, here he is here. And I do have him. He's handy. He's right here. So there's Rotor Storm right there.
And TF Wiki says that the missile launchers for Whirl were retooled because of U.S. safety requirements.
Oh.
So your Rotor Storm is illegal in the U.S.
Ooh.
Or missiles.
Yeah, he's. I mean, the missile launchers look pretty similar. Maybe they just took the springs out.
Yeah. Should see if one of the missiles will fit in.
Well, they had. I know the missiles because the missiles on him are these small little ones that they use for all the Euro G1 figures.
Okay.
This ones here are like the big normal regular missiles. So yeah. Either way, he's a cool figure. And there's only one other version of this mold, and it's a Machine Wars Sandstorm, I think it is.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, maybe I'll try and go mold complete on this guy since there's only 3. So,
well,
yeah.
He looks great. He
does.
Paint and everything looks great.
Yeah. So, I think I paid $35 for this thing. So, I think it was pretty good. 35 US. It's like 50 Canadian. Yeah. Anyway, he looks awesome, and he's mine now. So yeah, that's it. That's what I got.
All right. Well, sure. Well, that will do it for Trips to the Store this week, and that will also do it for this episode of Transmissions. Before we go, I do want to remind everyone about our discount code for toyhacks.com. If you are looking for any kind of stickers, or if you're like Daryl and you get these old G1 toys and want to fix them up, Toy Hacks is a great place for that. And you can save 15% with our code TM1234. This can be used with Robo Points, but cannot be combined with other discounts or promotions. So we really love the guys at Toy Hacks, and they make great stuff. So get something stickered up and then post in our Discord with pictures, and let's see what you did. All right, before we close out the show, we also want to thank our Masterpiece Donatrions, who are the people that give at the highest levels on our Donatreon. So thank you, John 4X Levingood and Demon Tech 82. You guys are the best, and we can't do this without you, and also all of our other Donatrions.
We never forget you.
Yeah,
we would never ever forget you.
Never forget you. No, and I think that will do it. And Charles, come back, please. Thanks for watching and listening, and we will talk to you next time. Bye.
Later.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Transmissions. If you'd like to join the conversation, travel to our Discord channel at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. Want some cool transmission swag? Feast your eyes on our transmissions gear at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. If you'd like to support our podcast, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support or tell your friends about our show. We'll see you next time.